Hello and welcome back, everyone. We have a few things that we will be discussing about today. I know we've been away for a while, and we just want to address a few things for our few listeners out there.
Yeah, so it's been a while. It's probably been maybe 3 weeks since the last time we had our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think last Thursday or Wednesday we posted our interview with Edgar.
Yes, it's on up for you guys to listen to when you guys get a chance.
So it's a long form, so probably it's a good on the drive to work kind of listen. But yeah, we want to talk about that experience because it was a really fun experience.
Yeah, definitely the message that Edgar, delivered was good. It was definitely very encouraging. Just hearing his story. I think for us it was more on for me, I was kind of bummed on more on the technical aspect of how the episode came out. So that kind of bumped me out for a few days. I don't know, Ricardo.
Yeah, the same thing. Like we spent that good amount of time recording that interview and talking with them, and it was really good. And you would think it's as easy as opening up the file and it sounds good. And there was a lot of technical issues, so my voice didn't come through. I sounded really far on it, and then when we were trying to do our first video cast, our camera died halfway through.
Yeah.
So we were definitely underprepared for it, and then seeing the amount of work that it would take to make those changes while I was preparing for finals week, right, and I had that as my priority, and then limited on our computer space, right. So the work we do, the editing is on my personal computer, and I need that for school. So it wasn't something that we can share the work. So it's all about building the things that we have, the tools that we have, so that we can both work on it at the same time. And then we definitely saw a bottleneck in our production.
Yeah. But yeah, we were we were a little bummed on that. So we decided to take a few days off, and also Ricardo at the same time was just trying to study for his finals, and shortly after that he began working his full-time job. So it's been a few days of where we had to adjust to certain things, and yeah, trying to schedule some time on the side for a podcast is kind of hard.
Yeah, it
Kind of
was
difficult.
it was trying to balance. Definitely during finals was trying difficult, and then going back to a typical 8 to 5 job is interesting for me because that's something I haven't experienced in a while. It's a definitely different experience now that it's a full time versus an internship. Definitely feel the responsibility. That's new, and it's another mental weight on myself that I didn't feel as an intern. So just maybe wanting some more time when I get back from home to relax and not have to think or work on something else.
But you do. You're still working on your thesis.
Yeah, I still need to work on my thesis, and so I'm just trying to find all the balance in doing this because I really do like doing this podcast. It's definitely a great way to speak and hear. So the episode we were able to clean up some of the voice, so be sure to check that out.
Yes.
It should be well balanced now. It did take a little bit of time to correct the audio on that, so you might hear some highs and lows, but we will interview him again. Maybe not now, but in the near future, we will do him justice. We'll make this we'll get better at this.
Yeah, and hopefully as we continue moving forward with this podcast, we'll have a better structure on when for our next whoever we decide to interview, a better structure on the questions, and just so I can condense it the interview.
Yeah, it's been a great. It was a really good experience because trying to learn how to like navigate how to interview with someone. You
You
know,
would think it's easy, but it's
yeah,
not.
yeah, because in your head you're like you want to listen at the same time, but you also got to think what's the next question, or like is there a way to interrupt him because I really want to go back on something he said, but I want him to finish his thought or her,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, it was interesting uh new technique I've never encountered before. I'm so used to like engineering. There's a problem, we can solve it. This is kind of uh in the moment kind of thinking, and
Mm.
it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I know I had
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, me too. But like I think I figured out like when I was interviewing you, Ricardo, that I was a good listener. Not so much in the questions. I know you're good at asking questions and making it feel supernatural, you know. To me, I like listening and just being a good audience. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what has happened. That's probably why we haven't posted in probably 3 weeks now, and
Yeah, 3
you know,
weeks.
but we do want to get back at it, and this is our attempt to get back at it, and we're not stopping. It's just another speed bump in the road of life, and it's another one that we take. And now that I'm into the flow of work, I feel like I can make time. Uh, I've started to balance my time a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
My work is flexible with time, so I don't have to show up at a specific time and leave at a specific time. It's very open to when I get there, and put in your 8 hours or more depending on the amount of workload you have. And I'm a morning person, and I like to get to work like between 7 and 7:30, so I can be out nice and early, get home with a good amount of time to relax, cook dinner, and have plenty of time to work on personal stuff or on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's where I've been. But what about you? What have you been up to?
Well, you already know, but I just been taking. How I mentioned in some earlier podcast episodes that I ended up quitting my job. So I'm taking some time off to just enjoy life and spend time with my family and just spend time like doing things I like and that make me happy. And um yeah, I mean I do have something waiting in near May, I want to say. But yeah, right now I'm just taking time off to enjoy life. And I mean also study, but yeah, I've been just studying, spending time with my sisters, and going out.
Have you discovered anything new
About myself?
about yourself, about the area? I know.
I don't know if I want to go back to work. I like this.
That's
I like not having to wake up early to like go to work and like I have this routine with my sister already where like we go to the gym like like around 7, and then we come home and like I come home and then like yeah, like there after I get cleaned up and stuff, I watch an hour of like something on Netflix, and then like I make coffee and breakfast, and then I study for a few hours, and then like I go out for a little bit, and then so I really like that. I like that
the freedom.
that freedom, and like but I'll have to go back soon because my savings are running out. No, but I definitely do. Yeah, I really like this. I know one of my coworkers did mention to me to just make sure I make the best out of it because opportunities like this don't come around often. So I am trying to make the best out of it. But man, the weather didn't help for the first few weeks. I was like stuck in the house most of the day because of the
Yeah,
rain.
that was some
So
crazy weather that we had to experience. We're in the Central Coast,
mm-hmm.
and this is the most it's rained since I've been alive. And I was born in the early 90s. So I had not experienced this amount of water. and we have a Santa Maria. We're in Santa Maria, and we have a river, and I've never seen water in the river. Like maybe a little stream here and there, but it is definitely flowing now. Flowing in quotations, but it's the most water I've ever seen, and it's just been so nice seeing the area nice and green, and it's definitely gives a different type of vibe having like the mountains green and there's like a river flowing. I'm starting to notice a lot more people being outdoorsy now.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like COVID. Everyone was stuck inside, and once people were allowed to go outside, everyone kind of went outside, and I'm seeing that again. People walking and running more. So, but it's been nice.
Yeah. Well, yesterday was super nice, and then here I thought that today was gonna be really nice, like sunny and everything. I planned to go to the beach with my sister, and we get there and it was cloudy. I was like, oh my gosh, I should have just gone yesterday.
Yeah, the weather never is.
Yeah, but other than that, it's been great. Yeah, but anyways, we really appreciate you guys tuning in and sticking with us. And we do really look forward to, bringing in other guests from different backgrounds, not necessarily like engineering. And we hope to continue learning and expanding our community. We definitely do have a few ideas. No, we have several ideas that we want to, bring to life, and we hope that you guys tune in for all that as well. And we really appreciate the ones that are listening. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, actually, one of the things that we're probably gonna do soon is reach out to our community college. We got some flyers we designed, or Esther designed, and we're gonna get those printed out and start handing them out so we can get some more listeners and get the community involved little by little.
Yeah. So that was a real quick recap of what's been happening for the past few weeks, and what we hope to have in the future. And stay tuned for our next episode. We hope to have someone. No, we will. Right, Ricardo?
Yeah, we have plenty of friends out there.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, stay tuned for our next episode with our special guest that you will get to hear in the next episode. Thank you, and we will see you next time.